Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. My name is Faye. Do well to join the family and subscribe. And today I'll be talking about how to apply to schools in Germany and how to get all your documents. Not really how to get, because this video I don't want it to be too long, so I'll just be brushing on things. But if there's anyone you want me to talk about in particular, please do well to drop them in the comment section and I'll definitely film a video about it. Then this video is for people that want to apply to schools in Germany but don't want to spend a dime to pay, or don't want to spend a dime for any agent fee or anything. You want to do this all by yourself, then you're in the right place. Just keep on watching. I want to teach you the step-by-step ways on how to apply to schools here in Germany. But if you know that you don't want, you can't go through stress, you just rather pay somebody to do all of these things for you, then this is definitely not the right video that you're watching, okay? But you're on the right channel. You can go through my other videos for tips on how to school in Germany and everything, but this video is definitely not for you. Or you could also watch it and you might change your mind knowing that it's not that stressful. So yeah, just keep on watching. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. First thing, I know this might come funny, but the first thing to do is to know your course. You can't tell me you want to go and do your master's or your bachelor's and you don't even know the course you want to do. Yeah, there's people that are always very confused about the course they want to go and study. Like they don't know if they want to do their bachelor's or their master's, or they really don't know. They don't want to just travel and go and study. They want to just go to a different place to study. No, but now you have to know your course, and please have two courses in mind that you want to study. These two courses should be almost the same thing that you want to study. For instance, I want to study, maybe you say you want to study I'm always in accounting, and then you're like, okay, accounting or finance, like they're both like almost the same thing. So you just know that, okay, any which one you get, it's fine. So don't say, okay, maybe accounting or engineering, that can definitely work. Okay, so that's the first. I know it might sound very funny, but some people are really very confused and they don't really know what they want to study. The second thing is how to apply to universities. Now we'll mention 3 websites where you can actually check for universities here in Germany. Number 1 is www.daad.de. That's where I think almost all schools are on www.daad.de. So I'm going to actually put the websites on the screen right now so you could check them out on your own, and so you not misspell when writing it. Yeah, actually in this website, actually in German, you can change the language to English, or use Google Chrome and allow it to do the Google Translate thing to English for you. Yes, those are the 2 options that you have. Or if you don't want to go through all of this stress, you can check Masters portals to actually have universities, and you can filter these universities by picking the one that you want, either the one that is tuition free or the one that you pay tuition. Now when I say tuition free, doesn't mean you come here and pay €0 every semester. No, you will still pay for some other things like semester ticket and all of that. But tuition free means that you're paying no particular school fees, but you're still going to pay other fees, but it's just a tip, okay? It's just really small, probably like 300 to 400 euros a semester. It depends on what you want. And then you could also pick schools that you pay, okay? Not everybody wants to go to free schools. Some people want to pay money for it. You might want to pay some coin. You might have some coins to pay for that, and it's not biggie. So you could pick the kind of school you want. You could filter it depending on how you want it. Now the third website is actually My German University. This is an English website. You could just check for German universities that you want. It has the ones of free tuition. It has everything, basically all of the schools. These are 3 websites that I just mentioned that you could check out and apply to schools there. And yes, so from there, once you apply to schools, now I advise that every day, like if you know you want to come and study in Germany next year, start checking from today, because especially if you want to go to a tuition-free school, it takes a long while if you're going to a tuition-free school. I mean, people are applying from different countries. There are limited numbers that they will pick from your country, and there are also Germans that want to go to the school. Like, there's so many things. So you have to start applying now, and not just to one university. Don't apply to one and rest. Please try to apply to like 4 universities a day. Don't say it's too much. Keep applying. I know it's very stressful. I will not even lie, because when you're applying, you will need to submit all of the documents like motivation letter, so many, your if you're doing your master's, your bachelor's, transcript, so many documents you have to submit. So it's really stressful. But I mean, if you really mean business and you know you really want to go next year, it's better you start now, today. Don't wait till like next year and start applying. But if you're going to a school where you pay tuition, okay, you don't have to apply now as at today. You could apply 3 months for your resumption, but that's not advisable. But yeah, you could also do that, and you still get your admission quicker. They'll always accept you if you are qualified for it. Okay, it doesn't mean that you not be qualified and you go for one particular course. No, it doesn't really work that way. But yes, so that is the second step for you to apply to your university. Now, after you have applied to your university, the third step is you waiting for your admission letter. Now you've applied to, let's say, 20 universities. The next thing for you to do is just for you to wait. After applying to all of those number of universities, then you probably receive some rejections saying no, sorry, blah blah blah, or you receive some saying, oh yes, well, we're so happy to welcome you, blah blah blah, now submit this, now do this. So you receive admission letter. Depending on your school, you can receive a letter of admission first. For instance, if you're going to a tuition university where you're going to pay tuition, you will receive a letter of admission stating probably you should pay a certain fee to the school first. But now that you receive this admission, I am sure that you're going to go to this particular university. Like, you're not there doubting and saying, okay, let me wait for the second one. If you're still waiting for the second one, I advise you still wait. Or no, you don't really have to wait. If you're at this school, you can really afford the school fees they're asking you to pay for. Sure, you can take it.
Now you can now start checking for appointment dates. Okay, I'm jumping. Let me finish this one.
Now you receive 2 letter of admissions, which is the first one, which has conditions telling you to pay certain. That is if you are paying tuition fee, telling you to pay a certain amount of money, probably some thousands or hundreds of euros. I don't know, depending on how much your school fees is, to the school's account. Now once you do that, you will receive another email, another admission letter in your email telling you that yes, now you are be given an unconditional letter of admission. So now it doesn't have any condition any longer. So you received your proper letter of admission now. So now the fourth thing to do is to apply for your visa appointment date. I don't know about your country, but for my country, Nigeria, it's a long wait. Okay, so I advise you could actually do this after receiving the first letter of admission. Okay, and if you're going to a tuition free school, you might only have 1 letter of admission, it might not be 2. So whichever one, just ignore it. Now I advise you to start applying for your visa appointment at the consulate. Like I said, I should put a website. It might not be the same for all countries, so just put in Google and it brings out the one for your country. I really don't want to generalize this for all countries. I really don't know if it's the same website for all countries, so I'm not going to put any website. Just put in Google student visa appointment at the consulate. It will bring out the website for you. Now there are 2 categories. The first category is people that finished their first class or are coming for PhD. Yeah, I think that that's the first category. The second category is every other person. Okay, so you just apply for whatever category you are. I don't know. So apply for the category and then please make sure you put in the proper category. Don't make mistakes while filling this thing. Make sure everything, all the data you have to put into this is going to be correct. Okay, make no mistake. Make sure you're doing this when you're really concentrated. Don't make any form of mistake. Don't mistakenly pick a wrong category. I promise you, if you pick a wrong category, you're going to go back home. There's no time for that. You have to go and reapply again, and nobody really has time for that. You want to do this and get done with it at once, I guess. So make sure you pick the right category. If you're category A, please pick category A. If you're category B, please pick category B. If you're category these are 2 categories. When I say category C, these are 2 categories. Please make sure you pick the right category. Nobody really has time for babysitting you or telling you what to pick. So just make sure you do this on your own and pick the right one. Okay. Now once you pick the right category, you've already set up your appointment for your visa. Now the fifth step is for you to open your Fintiba, your blocked account. I'm saying Fintiba because that's what most people I know use, but I don't know where maybe Fintiba won't be easily accessible or it won't be so easy or convenient, but I believe Fintiba is really easy. This is not a sponsored video. I used Fintiba. I'm talking out of my own personal experience. Most people I know use Fintiba and it's really convenient. There's no hassle. Now you open a blocked account, which are going to block an amount of 10,236 euros in the account. Block the account. So there are different. I think if you just type in blocked account on Google to bring out different things for you, but from personal experience, Fintiba is really nice and really easy to use. It's in English. They have an app. You can always track your money. they give you all the documents necessary for the embassy. It's not really stressful. You could open all of this in 2 weeks if you have your cash ready. At most, I think if you have your cash ready, you can open all of this in 2 weeks. So you open a blocked account. I think I should do another video on how to open a block account, but then you go on, let me just talk about it here quickly. You go on Fintiba's website, you definitely click on open account now. You open the account now, it's bringing out different plans for you. If you want the one with just blocked account, or you want the one that you open with an health insurance, or open with an health insurance, or you want the one that you open with I think that's like 2 plans, or I think there are 3 plans, I'm not really sure, but you could pick whichever you want. If you want just blocked account, you pick it. They send you a contract where you have to sign and send back to them through email. Then they send you back your name, your account number, everything, the bank, everything you have to send money to. That's after the account has been opened for you. I think this will take about 2 or 3 days. Then once you pay in money into the account, they reply you after like 3 or 4 days, depending on when they get the money. They reply you telling you this particular amount has been received, and then they'll send you your documents for your consulate. This is ready. Now for this, there are 2 options: either blocked account or sponsorship letter. People use sponsorship, but it's not really common because it's not so easy to find. I think the sponsorship has to do with you get someone from Germany writing that saying, okay, yes, I'm the one sponsoring this girl, I'm going to take care of all our needs when she comes here to Germany. And not everybody knows somebody in Germany, so that's a lot of stress. Just open the blocked account. Now I advise you, please don't borrow money to put in that block account. Like, don't borrow 10,000 euros or 11,000 euros from somebody and say, okay, let me put it in a block account. When I get that, I'll send you back your money. It doesn't work that way, because this money is not something you're going to access at once. They'll be paying you, I think, 820 euros every month for 12 months. This is just for 12 months, by the way. It's not for 24 months or the number of your studying in Germany, number of years you study in Germany. This is actually just for 12 months. So I think 820 euros, I think, for 12 months. They'll be paying you that every month. So the money is not something you're going to access at once. And please bear in mind, when you're coming here still, please bring some cash with you. Don't say, okay, I've blocked some amount of money in Germany, when I get to Germany I'll get my money. It doesn't work that way. Before you access the money, when you get here, you need to send some documents, send back documents to their office and all of that, and your bank needs to sign something and all of that. It's a long stuff, but then that's when you have to access the money. So please come with your own spare cash. Don't put your mind on the blocked account immediately. It doesn't work that way. Okay, I know people that actually came thinking the blocked account was accessible immediately. I don't know, for some reason too, I also thought like that. Thank God for my dad was like, no, just hold this, we really don't know what's going to happen. But that is it. So that is about the blocked account. So there are 2 things you can actually use at the embassy: either use the blocked account or use your sponsorship. So if you have an access to a sponsorship, yeah, good, why not? You could also use that instead of blocking such a huge amount of money. But if not, then you use the blocked account. But the one that most people do is actually blocked account, because it's way easier, and I mean, that's the money you actually use to survive here every month. Because when you get here, you cannot actually start working immediately, because the visa you get from Nigeria is actually not a working visa, it's just a studying visa. It's when you get here that when you're about to extend your visa, it changes to a working visa. I think I'll talk about the working visa in another video. Now number 16 is you going for your interview. I have a video about studying about the student visa interview questions. Now please click this link, I'll put a card right here. Please click it and watch for the questions. It's going to be very helpful, because I've got a lot of comments about that, so it's going to be very helpful. Please do check it out, and yeah, just leave your comment too. And then you go for your interview. Like I said there, please don't be late for your interview. Make sure you're on time. Like if you're in Nigeria, the Lagos one, it's an Anasu, the guy at the gate, Paulinus, I think that's his name. It's a long something, so just be there on time. If you're for 7 a.m, please be there by 6:30, and yeah, be really on time and just be prepared. Please watch that video and recite the answers, know the answers to those questions. These are very common visa questions that you'll be asked at the embassies, at the consulate, embassy, whichever. So just make sure you watch it and yeah, get it in. Now the number 7 thing is to get your, now after this, obviously you go and wait. Don't panic if you don't get a response after 3 weeks. Don't panic if you don't get a response after 4 weeks. Don't panic. If you go for the interview and your passport was not collected from you, also don't panic. They will still request for your passport later. Okay, now if you don't reply after 4 weeks, don't panic. It might be 4 weeks and some days before you get a reply. That's fine. Don't panic. I know someone that it took them about 6 months. She applied in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months. In fact, 7 months to reply her. So everybody's situation is different. Like me, they replied me 4 weeks and a day. I think it was 4 weeks and a day I got a reply from them. So at this point, once you get your visa, anytime you get it, don't panic. Now let me tell you the exact email you will get to know that this visa was actually guaranteed. Let me read mine out. Now when your visa is actually approved, these are the things they will request from you. They will request your passport. They request a travel insurance valid for 6 months starting from the date of travel plus 1 photocopy. Okay, now that means you have to go and do a travel insurance from your country valid for at least 6 months. I used is it Aiko? I think it's Aiko. I can't really remember, but you could use anyone that is closest to you, man. You could use anyone that is closest to you. It's not really a big deal. I guess you could use anyone that is closer to you, and yeah, that's it. Just any health insurance you can lay your hands on, just get it. They'll ask for that. They'll ask, okay, if you're getting your visa after your school has resumed. For instance, my school had resumed like a week earlier than I got my visa. I think a week before I was sent this email. Yeah, I think it was a week before my school resumed I got this email. And then they were asking me to ask my school for a confirmation that late commencement of study is still possible. Obviously just a week, so it's still possible. And then I sent that to my school, and my school sent me a letter saying that. So I also sent them that. So if you're not resuming late, you won't need the third one. Just the first and second one will be asked. So once you get that email, know that your visa is guaranteed. And then you would also be asked for, okay, then the other thing you'll be asked is, please also indicate your travel date, bearing in mind that your departure should not be scheduled any sooner than at least 10 days. Okay, if you get this email on the 5th, know that your travel dates are going to state there is going to be like on the 16th. It shouldn't be lesser than 10 days, basically. You could just write 16th or 15th. So after the posting of your envelope, kindly put the date in writing and send with the requested document. So you have to put the date in writing and send it with the document to them. So once you get this email, just know that your visa is guaranteed. And then once you do that, they will ask you to either send it by post or you bring it to their office. Now, for instance, like I said, my school already resumed. I didn't have the time to start going to post. Then after post, they will now post. No, the next day, I got my travel insurance time had gone. Immediately the next day, I went to the consulate and I submitted it by myself because I wanted to leave like so quickly because school had resumed and all of that. So there was no time to be sitting around and be doing like joking stuff or all of that stuff. So just like immediately, if you still have time, like if you got your visa in August and your school is in September, you can always send this through post. If you're not in Lagos, you cannot kill yourself. You send it through post now. So send it through post to them, and then you surely get your document, and they'll send it back through post to you. They'll not give it to you and not give it to you like this physically. No, send it back through post to you after like 3 or 4 days. I think you get back your visa and then you can travel. And at this point, I say welcome to Germany. Welcome. I can't wait to see you guys here in Germany. So welcome to Germany. I hope my tips will definitely help you. And I say hand, you're back there. I hope my tips will help you, and it will be really easy. If there's any other thing you want me to help you out with, please put it in the comment section. I'll film a video about it. After filming this video, I don't know. I filmed this video before, but I actually liked the video. I was about editing the video now, but I didn't like the way it was. So I was like, okay, no, I'm just going to film this again instead of me just putting out a rubbish content out there for you guys. So that's why I'm doing this. And of recent, I've been receiving so much love from people, especially in my DMs. Like, people come to my DMs, tell me thank you, they really appreciate what I'm doing and everything. I never really thought this would I never really thought this would really mean something this deep to people, but I mean, I think I'm always helping people out by dropping all of these tips. So I just want to say thank you guys for definitely watching my videos. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I always drop tips that are helpful, very in this 2020. And yes, that's just it. And before I go, if you know that all of these things I just mentioned are too stressful for you, you want to sit back and relax, and you don't really have the time to actually start doing this by yourself, now I'll mention just, I really didn't use an agent, to be honest. I did use an agent because I did this all by myself. Unless it's an agent, but my dad was like, why can't you do it by yourself? Like, what is special that the agent will do that you cannot do? My dad is kind of person that believes in DIY, so I did it myself. So if you actually want an agent, then I could actually recommend one for you, which is AOC Shenge. I'll write it on the screen here. You can check him out on Instagram. He's actually really good. He has connections with schools, and he can get you cheap schools that you pay tuition, but very cheap schools and affordable schools. He'll put you through step by step and all of that. So I'll put his handle here, right here on my screen right now, at AOC Schengen. Yes, and then you could just follow him and DM him, and you could follow him and make an appointment by phone call. Make an appointment, and you guys will have a phone call, and he'll tell you what you need for your documentation and all of that. So yeah, some people don't like the stress. So if you don't like the stress, that is an easy way out. I'll just put his name right here on the screen. And this is not sponsored. This is because I know him, and yeah, if people have come through him, not a few, a lot of people have actually come through him. So it depends on what you want. If you want to do it yourself, then these tips are really useful. So then any other parts that you want me to really explain better to you, please drop in the comment section. I'll definitely film that video to you guys. And actually some other videos have actually been requested. I'm also going to film that. You guys, I'm so sorry I didn't even upload throughout this week. Like, I'm just about to upload today. I'm going to edit this video today. Today is Friday, and I'm going to edit this video today and upload it today because I've not uploaded throughout this week because I've been busy. I've started schooling back. School has resumed. I'm working, and then adding YouTube. Like, school and work was like a routine I already kind of like had control over, but then adding YouTube to it's like something else. I have to go back to my board and rearrange my life on how I'm going to balance it. But right now it's not easy. I have a lot of assignments and coursework and all of that, and research papers, and it's a lot. Like, it's killing me right here. I'm actually taking a break within my assignments now, just trying to film the video and edit it, because I'm like, okay, I have to also do this for YouTube. So please do well to subscribe and support me. And yeah, I'll definitely film the requested videos when I definitely have time. I'm going to definitely create time for that, so I'll definitely create time and film those videos. And then this is me just saying thank you guys for watching up until this point. Do well to subscribe, comment, and like. Bye guys.